And we're live.
Hello, welcome
to
to welcome to what is probably going to be the finale of 999. Now, before we start, I have already told this to Earth in our DMs. However, for the sake of clarity for the rest of you, there's going to be a bit of a special situation happening towards the end.
Yep. At a certain point, we're going to swap to something similar, but completely different.
I have given Earth the indicator as to when he needs to do this, so for the rest of you, keep an eye out for this. When we get to the incinerator, when we see the sequence of dialogue, how the hell did you open it? Well, we're going to have a switch up.
Spoiler alert, we're seeing the incinerator again.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, we're going along the same path.
But first,
I was gonna make a joke about an incinerator, but I'm too burnt out because Thousand Year Door Remake got a confirmation date, baby!
Incinerator joke, too burnt out.
Alright. The door opened, and Junpei and the others leapt through it.
Alright, this is the next.
Just as Seven was about to finish his sentence, their attention was drawn to the clang of metal on metal ringing out behind them.
The door!
They spun around. The door they'd just come through had slammed shut.
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back. I don't know. Let's see.
Junpei
I mean, we
grabbed hold of it with
technically
both
can.
hands and pulled with all his strength.
Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Maybe the other one that I couldn't open from that other side. Maybe that goes back.
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it.
Holy crap, this room is a mess.
It's got a red light.
I know,
on it,
I was
though,
about to
so I'm
say,
pretty
like,
sure it's
god
locked, too.
damn.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Hey! Wait a minute. Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh,
Yep.
man.
They took a second look at the room they'd found themselves in. Wait, is that Science Boy? It was filled with piles upon piles of all manner of things. The only word that could describe it was chaotic. It was like a tornado had passed through, followed by a giant who had picked up and shaken the entire room a few times.
Looks that way.
Junpei's heart fell.
No way!
For real?
Clover and Seven looked as though they were about to cry.
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well. We won't be able to get through the hallway without it. All right then, let's begin.
Welcome to the study.
This is probably going to be rude of me to say, but Snake, are you going to be of any help?
You can still feel for things.
You can also hear. So, before we begin, I have a very, very important bit of information to impart on you. When you're facing a metal cabinet and vents, examine a pipe 4 times.
Okay.
Junpei, gee. The rust here looks like Elvis's face? Excuse me?
I don't see it.
No, I don't either. I see nothing.
Also, hey, it's probably weird to be playing Clover, being happy.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just like... It's good because I get to be myself, but at the same time, it's just like... It's late. I don't want to wake people up.
True.
I don't want to cause...
Also examine that thing that you just examined 4 more times.
Ah, yeah. How exciting. The back of that huge machine. Clover says she can see Elvis's face in it.
I don't.
Back of that huge machine. Clover says she can see Elvis's face in it. The back of that huge machine. Okay, seriously, where the hell is it? I can't see it.
Really? See, here, there's the nose right there, and that's the hair.
Yeah, sure. There's nothing there.
It's a chair. It's a chair.
I can't go squish, squish, squish.
You can examine it one more time for something funny.
Okay.
Hey, Junpei, isn't this a nautical table?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before.
We have.
Squish.
That chair looks nice. Mind if I take a load off?
I think you'd be doing the opposite. Aww. I wanted Snake to try and threaten to kill me for checking a chair again.
Nope.
Drafty table. Looks like it's been used quite a bit.
I love that the joke that I love that our running jokes, aside from all of these stupid tangents, are everyone hates Seven and Snake is a sociopath.
He is!
Alright. About that nautical table, I can't even... Alright, so it looks like they started from England, went to Spain, went to either New York or Boston, went to the tip of Africa, Cape Verde, I think it is. And I think that's Madagascar, then to the
Madagascar.
point of
That's
Australia.
Anyone
It's
who's
just-
played Pandemic would be able to know.
I think that's around
Okay.
Kyushu that it heads to next.
Yeah, somewhere in Japan, and then it looks like California. Yeah.
You know, that actually does help me keep track of where they are better. Thank you.
Yeah, England, Spain, Boston, Cape Verde, Madagascar, Australia, Japan, California.
There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess.
It's so messy. I don't know where to start.
Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of puzzles we solved in other rooms. If that's true, then...
Oh, so it is Science Boy.
this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero was shut himself in this room to devise machines and puzzles he would need to see his plan come to fruition.
It's just a pile of junk. There's nothing useful here. Oh, come on. You're not gonna get looking. These fans must be for ventilation. I can see walls on the other side of them. There are metal bars in front of the fan openings. I don't think we can get out that way.
Gives me a big Grunty's Industries vibe. That's a pipe. There's a cabinet underneath it.
There's a small cabinet under the pipe. There's a small cabinet under the pipe. There's a small cabinet under
Wrong
the pipe.
angle.
Yeah, it's
Wrong
not the right
angle.
The screen is huge. I wonder why it's blue. Maybe if I
Dabba
touch
dee
it.
dabba die.
There's something on the screen now.
What is this?
There are 15 cells here, and numbers and letters in them. Yeah, Dragon Cat. We're gonna find our way out.
Let me see that. Let's see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You just gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green.
Hey, Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You want to take a look at it? Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle?
It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like you said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all the cells all green.
Ew.
Okay, it's exactly what I thought. The paper tells me nothing I didn't already know.
What?
Okay, not quite what I expected from it. Huh. Oh, I think I get what's going on here.
Yeah, it's one of these.
Yeah, so I know A is 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Okay.
Oh, my stupid ass thought you had to light up all the panels. Now I realize. Wait a second.
Ah,
Are you just trying to brute force it?
a little bit.
A little bit. Maybe you should see what makes what, and then you can go from there.
If you need a hint, I have one.
Well, okay.
I am so lost.
Okay. So these are all correct. This one, all these three need to be on. This one needs all of them, but the bottom one turned on, and the right one needs.
Yeah, you gotta just get rid of the square the B square and that top left square.
No, top left square is correct.
No, what I'm saying is you have to have like the top left square and the
Right, yeah.
bottom middle square off.
Yeah, so.
Oof. You want to reset it?
Would you like that hint?
Yes.
So, from reset, you can solve this with 3 moves.
Okay. That is helpful.
Oh, hey. My phone.
Almost. Almost.
No.
I do have more hints if you need them.
Alright, let's see here. Like, I gotta toggle these two. And these two.
Yep.
Anything else that I toggle, I have to then
Okay.
Wait,
Can I offer, no wait.
I think that's a good step. And then, oh, but I gotta turn off this.
You made too many moves anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Your first. Would you like another hint?
Yeah.
None of the moves are on the bottom row.
Okay.
So I'm guessing do middle. No, wait. Okay.
The correct
You
answer
said
was
Junpei?
5FD.
Well, because of the way those puzzles work, I mean, it doesn't matter what order I put them in.
True.
I already said this line. You're so smart. No, you're not.
Dang.
Look. I didn't want another situation where we're struggling for like an hour on a single puzzle.
I understand that.
You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle.
Earth, I love you, but sometimes you can be a bit of a himbo.
Just what I've expected of you, June.
Hey, I could have solved it myself if I wasn't pressed for
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me.
Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that.
Exactly, 7.
Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out.
Something on the right edge of the control panel.
Where?
Oh, there it is. A metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a cross engraved on it. Okay.
No offense, right, Earth?
Right, no offense.
Okay, good.
There are 3 monitors. The power's on, but there's nothing on any of the screens.
Oh, I see what we have.
Put the emblems in the 4 indentations on the desk, but nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing?
I feel symbols engraved above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right, the cross symbol. On the bottom left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, a waffle pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle pattern. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order.
That order, huh?
It's so small. Wonder what it is.
I got no idea. Some kind of little machine. Turn it upside down, it looks like a robot with its eyes popped out. It's reminding me of a machine that I've seen, but I can't remember the name of it. Ooh. There's a piece of paper in here. Not sure without taking a close look, but I think it might be a clue.
Junpei, we don't need this anymore, do we?
What? No, I don't think so. Yeah, this is for a puzzle we already solved. The fuck?
You just...
Well,
Well then.
I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, like that was the pit I noticed immediately. But still. Clover?
Clover.
Junpei, it
Alright,
looks like there's a compass out there.
I was AFK for a second.
Ah, now I get it.
What do you mean? I have no idea what's going on.
I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this one in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here.
Same thing?
The important part is this nautical table we just found. I just have to match it with the directions on the compass, the lines on the nautical table. There's the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to use the wheel attached to the side here.
Okay then, show me. Now.
Of course.
You should show me how you solved this puzzle now.
Blanc, I wasn't thinking an Etch-a-Sketch, it was, oh god, it had like
it.
it had like a sine wave on it, and by twisting the knobs, I would affect the amplitude and frequency of them.
Oh, I know I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I think we went over these in like my audio design classes about those machines.
Yeah.
That, but I don't remember what the fuck they were called.
All right, this looks like it works It probably works the same way the steering wheel and the wheel has to. If I just touch the direction I want it to turn to, the compass will turn that direction. Then I just gotta press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to. Then something will happen if I can do this right. Alright, let's do this.
I think it's first we had to go south.
Oh, nice of the hint to be that helpful.
Well, that makes it that makes it super easy. Alright, so we want to go south, then to the west. 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 What compass are you reading,
Okay,
lad? This one's
southeast.
for. That's west, Patrick. You're fired again.
Alright, northeast.
Oh.
And then east. And then north, and then east.
I'm sorry, but I'm surprised we hadn't made at least one SpongeBob reference with that.
I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
did it,
we have.
Junpei!
I feel like we have. I remember you saying
Yeah,
east
but
at
not the
least.
entirety of it. Yeah, we've said West at least. Good boy! Who's the good boy?
I'm a good boy. I'm a puppy. Ah, knock it off.
Hannah, you have given that exact same speech 3 times at least during this playthrough.
The West one?
Yes!
Well, I will
I-
say I
no.
do not remember the Patrick, you're fired again bit.
She says that every time.
Hey, we don't have time to be screwing around now.
Right, Seven.
Yeah, you're right.
Check out the right side of the monitor. It just kind of slid open and something came out.
Oh yeah.
I heard a noise too. You know what that big box in the hall? You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know?
Noise, huh?
That's the steering wheel.
There's some monitors hanging down from the ceiling here. Hey Clover, why don't you hang off those monitors?
No way! Why should I have to do something like that? Oh, I get it. You're gonna try to sneak a peek inside my underwear, aren't you?
No.
Junpei!
That's impossible. How could I see inside them?
What? You pervert! You're a dirty old man!
Whoa, hey. Lay off, alright? I'm not... I'm not an old
That's what
man.
you take offense to? You should be saying you're not dirty. Wait, was that the angle we have to look at the pipes at?
No.
Damn it.
Or maybe?
Oh,
It's not.
let's see what happens when I... Oh. Oh, now we got something on the screen at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office.
Morse code.
Yeah, the dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway.
Alright, I'll try. Before
It's
I
the
do
first
that,
time
though...
Snake hasn't understood something.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. Hold the button, it'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. Alright, let's do this. Oh,
I don't think you have the stuff you need to complete this.
well. Can you show me the screen again, please? Yeah. Okay, I'll look elsewhere for a clue.
Wait, look at the pipes.
This is the angle you look at the pipes. This one. A pipe.
A pipe.
A pipe.
There are 3 pipes here.
Give me a P!
Give me an eye!
Give me a P and an E!
I love how determined he looks. What's that spell? Pipe! What the hell are we doing?
I love that
There are 3
skit.
pipes here. Okay, let's see, the same text as before. There's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we got 3 sheets of the stuff.
I'm about to be 3 sheets to the wind.
Let's see.
What?
You need some water?
Okay, well, there's the Morse code bits, but
What was on the screen with the Morse code thingy?
see, that's what I was trying to get it to show up again.
It was, I think, 2 dots, then 4 dots, then...
Let's see.
It was 2 dots, then 4 dots, then 1 dot.
Okay, I think it was 1 dot and then 4 dots. Which would make it A-H...
E.
That doesn't seem to spell anything.
What were you trying to spell?
Nothing.
It was 2 dots, then 4 dots, then 1 dot. I remember that.
Sorry, how many was the first one?
2. Then it was 4. And then it was 1.
Oh! That was how
Try
many
putting in a-
inputs are on each thing, not each of those were supposed to be a dot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So we got a 2-space word, a 4-space word, 2-space letter.
A 2-space
Or-
letter, a 4-space letter, and a 1-space letter. You gotta
Yeah.
spell something with that.
Okay. That I can work with. I've played Tunic. Alright. Alright.
And here I was about to suggest you spell G-A-O after spelling A-H-E.
Okay, so we can do A-I-N. I should probably be writing these down. A-I
I'll
or
help.
N. A-I-M or N for the first one. For the second one, we have B, C, F, H, J, L.
A-L-P-Q.
Hold on. So start the 4-letter ones again. 4 input ones again.
Okay. B, C, F, H,
Okay.
J, L, P, Q,
Okay.
V, X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
And then for the
And-
final letter, we have E or T. Of course, there's only 2
There you
options
go.
for that one.
Put those in the voice text thingy.
All right. I mean, I feel like starting with the first and last letters is the easiest way to go about this, because those are the smallest categories.
Try act.
Yeah, that works.
That does work.
Okay.
Then it was just a dash for the T.
No.
It's not act.
Damn it!
Let's see.
Well, that was my contribution for the stream. Good night, everyone.
No.
I feel like it would have to do with 0 somehow, or numbers.
Yeah.
It has to do with something you've seen before.
What did the message that we sent out with the Morse code spell out?
Let's see. I don't know. It didn't say at the time, and I've forgotten what the things were.
Maybe
I'll check.
ale. A-L-E.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen ale before.
Oh! I know what we have to spell. We have to spell ice.
Oh, a fucking course.
Oh my god. I would have preferred it to be ale, I'll be honest.
Did you like ale?
Yes,
Hey!
I do. And I could use some right about now.
That would just make you tired. I see. Seems like you have solved the puzzle, Junpei.
Kaze, it's a week until St.
Excellent
Patrick's Day.
The answer was ice.
How did you know?
All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them.
You said you didn't know Morse code!
Ah, yes. I lied to you, Earth.
I lied as a joke.
I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right side of the machine after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. You see anything that could have made that noise?
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, yes. One more thing.
What's up?
Go ahead. I was just saying, like, this room is like a remix of all the puzzles that we went through.
Yeah?
Rhythm having remixes.
Yeah, like a little mini boss, like, it's like a mini boss gauntlet, if that makes sense.
I hear a noise from the back of this device. Either like metal striking wood or something similar, I would say.
Yeah, Blanc, exactly. It's the final exam room.
Well, something we need to concern ourselves about.
To save you trouble, you can only get these 3 right now.
What do you mean? We can't get any more thingies?
You cannot get any more items as of right now.
There are piles of crap everywhere.
This is a pretty impressive mess.
If we try and search every one of these, we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. That doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring our. I can't even read this. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid.
How about we deal with this area later, okay, guys? Maybe we should try something more promising.
I think we have to go back to the machine with the shields and put stuff in it.
I think we should check around a little bit more elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says luck. I'm not gonna be able to open this door until I find the card that goes to this thing. Thick metal door is blocking our way out. It's locked, and I can't get it to open. No, still nothing.
Yeah, just slot things in the bobble machine.
Oh! I just realized we were making it say all
up?
on that machine, and we were making it say ice on the other one.
Oh. God damn it.
Alice! Now what I want
So it was helm top left.
Oh. Well, now we've got something on the monitors at least.
Look, what's that?
Looks like some kind of puzzle.
I wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and it will turn blue to indicate this. I just noticed all the colors are indicative of each character.
Oh. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, because 4 is pink like Clover. 8 is
wouldn't-
green like what Lotus is wearing.
I wouldn't say Snake is lime colored though.
9 is red. Like
Yeah.
pasta sauce.
Oh, let's not go there, man. Touching a number ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls in a single area.
Orb.
Press the check button when you've moved all of the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. So we want to make 15 or 6 for 6, or 13 or 3. I mean, we want to make 15 or 6 for 6, or 12 or 3 for 3.
I still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes prefects. Let's give it a shot. I don't think that's how that term goes.
No, it's not.
Also, it doesn't necessarily have to be one of those 2 options for each of them, Hannah. It can be anything so long as it makes that digital root.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't know if we're gonna put stuff that is as higher than those numbers. I don't know if we're gonna make
Let's worry
something
about it
say
once we're
like
fiddling with the
21.
puzzle.
Yeah,
Don't you
fair.
mean practice makes perfect?
Hey, let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. Okay, so what's the digital root I'm trying to make?
The numbers
Okay,
are
so
right
we're
there.
trying to make something like for 6, make it either 6 or 15.
Okay, and I gotta move everything except 9.
The left on this, you gotta move everything except 9. The left's gotta be a 6, result in a digital root of 6. The right's gotta result in a digital root of 3.
Okay. Well, let's see.
So 3 is gonna be 13 for sure.
12, you mean?
Yeah.
Or 21.
Let's see.
Good luck getting that.
That is going to be a problem. Let's see. Oh wait, no. It's not a problem at all. Yeah.
That was quick.
Well, yeah, like I said earlier, the digital root is just count in base 9, which means if you add 9 to the solution, the digital root stays the same regardless. So I could just move all the things that were 9 accordingly. 6 and 3 make 9 themselves, so I just had to have the one that needed a digital root of 6 have 6, the one that needed a digital root of 3 have a 3, and then all the other ones, they just needed to have their pair in the same area as them.
Well,
You
if
make
it
this
works.
sound so easy.
It
I-
is!
I may have been posing like Lotus while I was saying that.
I mean, he makes it sound easy because it really is.
Yeah.
Now you're just flexing.
But
Like I said,
what's happening?
once I figured out that it is just counting in base 9, digital roots became just the easiest thing ever.
There is a reason why I kept insisting it's just counting.
Yeah, keep flexing. There's still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something would happen when they're all filled. Doesn't that seem likely?
Okay, so let's see. Next one was the cross.
is next.
Yep.
Hey, Junpei, something just showed up on the screen.
The puzzle sure looks like a lot like the last one.
Yeah, but there's more of those red balls that can't move.
The numbers for each area are different too.
Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double check that?
No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot.
Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words?
Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Alright. Okay.
Okay, so
Definitely 11 for the one.
no, we have to make it a 10.
I mean, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. It's just counting.
Yeah, that's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it.
Okay, let's put in the emblem of the secret code.
Damn, this pose looks a lot like the last one. As if the rules are the same, though.
Don't you think you should double check it?
Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this,
If you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something.
shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something.
Now, you were asking what Snake would be doing to help? Very important service. Providing snark.
This is true, this is true. Honestly, it became easier the less numbers I had.
Excellent work, Junpei.
Ow.
You okay?
You alright?
Yes, I am perfectly fine.
That was the least convincing thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm convinced.
You've only got 1 left. I can still light at the end of the tunnel. It's
Okay,
funny
now
'cause
you gotta
can't
find
see.
something else in this room.
Messed around. I didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Maybe you could have better luck to know if you got to know it first, Jinpei. You know, took it out to a wined and dined it.
You guys are jerks, and it's still not working.
Also, examine
know
the
you were-
mouse 5 times.
Okay?
Junpei, I didn't think. I thought you were a wine and dine, not a screw and chew and screw.
A mouse. Nothing will happen when I mess with it, though.
Looks like the mouse.
Squeak, squeak.
I knew that was coming.
This seems to be the sort of room where someone conducted experiments and research. Do you think perhaps this is a laboratory mouse?
I think that's the worst joke I've ever heard.
No, I've heard worse.
Nothing happens when I mess with it, though. I don't think it can hear me.
Junpei! Stop messing around!
So it's okay when she does it, though. Also, top left, in that, like, the previous thing.
How, what?
Like, you see where the... turn the camera back.
Here?
What?
No, turn the camera back
Nope.
to where you just were.
Here?
Yeah, here.
Top- Go, like, that little, the machine... a pipe. Run into this box over here. That box.
Metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning strings. Alright, let's open it. Oh. Holy shit. That is pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. Coffin. Coffin. Oh man, does Seven think... Yeah, he's all pale. You know what I think?
Oh,
I think
oh.
I need a cough drop. Because I need to stop this coughing.
Oh!
This
Fuck.
thinks the same thing I am.
God damn it, Earth.
No way. That was awful, Junpei. Could this be? I'm sorry, but what is going on?
It's a it's a coughing. I wonder if there's a very hot vampire in it.
Oh, hello.
It's Dio Brando.
No, I was thinking of Vincent Valentine from Final Fantasy VII.
I mean, they both work. In fact,
Vincent's more attractive than Dio.
struggle to find a vampire who's not attractive.
Original Dracula.
It's hot.
You know, I'm sure there's some freaks out there.
Ugh.
I was expecting Nosferatu.
Original Dracula's hot. People just mistake him for Nosferatu all the
Plus,
time.
I mean, if you're going for original Dracula, like, I mean, I've seen some pictures of Vlad Tepes, and he looks
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
going for original Dracula.
Vlad looks alright. Anyway. Right, I guess Clover and Steak don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them.
Well, at any rate, let's have a look around.
Alright, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Holy shit, there is a coffin. There's going to be something horrible in there. I just know it. Okay. Deep breaths. Here we go.
Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that.
What do you mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there?
It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime.
Huh?
Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, two somethings, actually. What is that?
What is that? The unknown.
Oh my god. There are two things on the bottom of the coffin.
Looks like we got a plate with an emblem on it and
Neptune King. We can finally summon one of the sexy Sailor Moons. Neptune was the one with the long green hair and wore the high heels, right?
I don't know.
I think she is, and you're.
Yeah, she's the one with green hair, high heels, and one of the lesbians.
Yeah. And Uranus was was the one with the short hair and had the sexy Japanese voice.
Yeah, I probably said this before, but I was barely able to watch Sailor Moon as a kid. The only time it aired was when I was homesick from school, so.
We finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway.
that is correct, Clover. But we do need to get out of this room first, you know?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible.
I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far
I
as
would
this
just throw
other
it
thing
away.
goes. Metal plate shaped like a shield. Has a sort of cross-hatch pattern on it, like a waffle. The waffle pattern looks just like the lid of the coffin.
What are you saying, Louie?
Waffles.
The Waffle House pattern. We have to fight each
Oh
other
no.
now.
Oh no.
Also, yeah, we're definitely going over time today.
Yeah.
This is the fourth one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple.
I think this is probably the last one.
Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen.
Alright, I'll solve it in no time.
Because it's go time.
Okay, so let's put an 8 there. And then, let's see. Let's put 4 and 5 in there. And then 7 and 2. That makes the digital root. But
What?
You can't
It needs-
use two.
You can't enter a door with just two people.
that's gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna say this. This is mean. Would you like a hint?
Do we have to use the 9?
No, it's red. You
None
can't do
of
it.
the red ones can be used.
Oh,
Don't tell them. Let them squirm. Fuck. You
Good
figured
job.
that fast.
The puzzle's lying to you.
huh? Where did that noise come from?
Wait,
Underneath the
what?
keyboard?
The answer was that you could only make 8.
So and 5 people can go through one door. So
Yeah. Well, once I realized it was the same rules as the doors, I was like, wait, 5 people can go through. It's fine. Where did the noise come from? Underneath the keyboard?
Go Junpei! You answered all the questions.
damn, Junpei, good job.
Hey, did you hear something just now?
I heard it as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe.
A picture.
In the drawer was a single picture. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men.
What the?
Involuntarily, Junpei's eyebrows shot up. He'd seen 3 of them before.
What the hell is this?
This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the Zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit.
Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
Seven and Clover had come to peer over Junpei's shoulders.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too.
As Junpei looked closer, he noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smiles suggested that they were close, at least to some degree.
And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
I think he's the guy who,
He's Guy X.
yep.
But he's hot.
Snake knit his eyebrows.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back.
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
I love how Snake just
He's so mean.
will
Yeah.
just randomly explain things like it's to a child.
Yeah. Junpei flipped
We,
the
well, we
picture
love
over.
him for it, though.
Huh.
He's got so much sass.
There it was. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Nonary Project. Nijisaki, Kabuto, Musashido.
Huh.
Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over.
Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago.
Since Hangu wasn't mentioned, Junpei figured that could only mean he'd written the words on the back himself.
That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising. Well, about that, you've seen this information before, sort of. A version of you has.
Why?
Yes.
Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. Why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. Almost as if someone had whispered into his head that, yes, of course, Ace was Hongo.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
Because he would have exploded.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, I would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. Wow, rude. He still couldn't make out. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the 4 names of the project leaders over and over to himself.
You know,
Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
you know that his thought right now is, why the fuck couldn't I find this picture 9 years ago?
Yeah. Look at this photograph.
This is
Every time
all
I
the
do, it
evidence-
makes me laugh.
This is all the evidence I would have needed to put those fuckers away.
Yeah, seriously.
His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
He chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro.
Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet.
His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead.
I'm this close to remembering. This close.
He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project.
Then he stopped. Seven set down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed, and suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight.
Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
Seven's voice was filled with excitement.
What?
Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place, along with Snake and Clover.
Let me tell you what happened.
Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak.
Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashiro, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashiro was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
Realization began to dawn on Junpei, along with a pressing question.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
Seven rubbed the scar on his chin.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. He looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh?
The big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on.
All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though.
Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly.
I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about.
Yes, Dragon Cat, he's absolutely gumshoe.
Yep.
There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried, no doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. Not what you want. The fish eater would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug. That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. Then...
Why is it showing a picture of the toilet while he's grunting like this?
Bro clearly didn't have to. Bro clearly ate too much chili that
How do
night.
you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. Wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top. There had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me.
That's
suspiciously.
Santa.
I'm a detective.
Yep.
I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I try to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Huh. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said!
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them!
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door.
He was in the middle of explaining.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! Grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after her. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. He quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
Ace really did deserve his fate in the safety.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like, what's it matter if the kids get out on the final puzzle? Like, you instilled the fear of death in them to, like, try for the effect. Great. Good job. The fact that something saved them at the last minute shouldn't change anything.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Is it terrible to say that I kind of wish Ace burned to death 9 years ago?
No, it's not terrible to say.
We probably wouldn't be here if that was the situation.
1 minute.
Fair enough.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in a raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. I went to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. The plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what?
That voice sounds
If he's still
familiar.
in there.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, it can't be Clover. Clover was in the Nevada building.
That meant we better.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
We gotta get out of here. Go to
It
the
sounds
other door.
like Clover,
Hurry.
though.
Yeah, it does.
The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Feet pounding the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round, round, round. The devil was on the tear. The stairway kept going. Past a couple of
This is
landings,
not
we
the
weren't
short
beautiful, so
version.
it spoke.
He did say that the actual version would take 3 days.
Okay, but you don't need to add in
Something's up.
details
Akane's
like
not catching up to us.
going up and up.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. It's strange.
Oh hey, there's Snake.
I I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
Wearing a uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket, the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? Got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. With the boy.
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Kane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Kane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
I noticed it's calling her Connie, like what Junpei was calling Akane.
Hongo lifted
Yeah.
Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic
What the fuck,
incineration will
dude?
take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Like, even barring the ethics of this, just going of this, fellow mad scientist to fellow mad scientist, how does this help the experiment?
Repeat. Emergency
Hello.
incineration command
You're a
has
mad
been
scientist.
acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, let's not get caught up in details.
It's the same damn thing!
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're here.
You killed
Hang on,
anyone.
alright?
What?
We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke.
You could
to
be a
her.
mad
She
scientist
see how
without,
white
you
and
know,
bloodless his face was
harming
right
other
now.
lives.
I'm not a mad scientist. I'm an angry scientist.
So you're in climatology.
Incineration will begin in
Oh my fucking god.
17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright.
Motherfucker.
Figure
If
something
I
out,
ever
I
saw
promise.
Ace in
I
real life,
promise,
I would
okay?
punch him in
You
the
hear me?
face
I
so goddamn
promise.
fast.
Yeah.
It was torture listening to her sobbing.
And good thing he couldn't tell who it would be because he wouldn't be able to see it coming.
My brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
Now I'm just thinking of that meme of of that JoJo meme of us of the guy on the like Mista and
Yeah, I know the meme.
Italian Deku beating the
Yeah.
shit out of this guy.
It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue.
What happened then?
Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head, but there was something Junpei had to know.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
That's fucked up.
That's a good scream. Kudos to the voice actor there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sean Chiplock
Yeah, I
at
know.
it again with the amazing delivery.
Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer he feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective.
Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
All right, let me ask you another question.
He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again.
Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
Like Aoi Nona.
He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
I'd like to take a moment to point out, now that we know Snake's actual first name.
Uh-huh.
The game does not tell us this. However, Snake and Clover have a canonical last name. It's Field.
Okay.
Think about it.
Lightfield and Cloverfield.
What is it with this game and puns?
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
Also,
as such,
I
had no reason to think
as
Santa was
one
Aoi.
about Snake's name. Remember when you were in a casino? Snake, Junpei was talking about lights, and Snake was like, "Wait a second, what did you say?" Because that was his name. Snake thought that Junpei was calling his name. It's nice foreshadowing.
He would have had an even more obvious reaction if you tried to examine the light bulbs in the first-class cabin, too.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi, Akane Kurashiki, Jun's brother?
That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back.
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man. What kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right?
Hey.
Give me some slack.
Go easy on Seven. He doesn't have a, oh god, what's the name of the field?
Morphogenetic.
Morphogenetic field, helping him.
Yeah.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
And Nijisaki, killed by Hongo himself, no less. Killed his own assistant.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone.
In fact, Junpei didn't think. He knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge and had even begun to accept it.
If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary Project.
In other words, Ace.
There was a moment of silence.
What? Uh-oh.
Okay, but why are we talking about we know who the next murder victim will be, as if it's a bad thing? Kill the son of a bitch!
Right?
And then the room shook. From far away, they heard the sudden rush of water.
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
In the drawer that had held the picture was a keycard. We're gonna drown because we spent 2 hours on story time.
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit.
It wasn't 2 hours. It
Come on,
was
let's go.
An hour and 37 minutes. Give or take.
It's time to go.
Keycard with a 0 in the middle of it. 0. 0. God damn it. Zero's just screwing with us, isn't he?
There's no time. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Alright, let's just swipe this card.
Junpei, look! It's unlocked!
Yeah. Now we can get back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have time. Let's go.
Alright, let's go. Yahaha!
Yeah, haha!
Congratulations! You've solved the last puzzle room.
Gained all memories
Thank
of
goodness.
escape in 999. By the way, when we're done with this, explain to me what those are and why you told me not to poke at them.
It's just doing the rooms again.
Oh, okay. The door opened and they stumbled into the library.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
They ran across the hallway.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too.
Straight for the large
Also-
metal door. Yep.
Remember last time when you attempted to open the wrong door? That was because
Yeah.
that was the exit to the room we just came out of.
Yeah, I realized that when they said we can get back to the library. I'm like, oh, right. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
They slid the keycard through, and the door rumbled open.
All right, it's open. Let's go.
Out of the library and into the hallway they ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran toward it.
Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work.
Junpei's busy trying to speedrun this. He turned it.
Yes! I think it unlocked.
Quick, remember to take the inside corner when you're making a turn. It's faster. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it.
Make sure you drift that corner.
In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque.
It says incinerator, so this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
As he spoke, he pulled the lever. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to waste.
Let's go.
As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them all four dashed through. And suddenly, there before them were the four who they'd parted from earlier. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. And then there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted.
What the hell is going on?
Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Her face was pale and her lips dry. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
She mumbled the same words over and over, weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
I mean, Dragon Cat, we're here for the cutscenes.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
She was looking toward Santa. Junpei turned to look as well.
Santa.
Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him.
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ace.
He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. It was pressed against Lotus's temple. Oh, yeah, true. Ace had her pin... thing in chat.
Yeah, not this shit again.
Ace had her pinned to him with the other arm, and she was shaking visibly. Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. She didn't dare speak.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
There was sweat on her forehead. They had time to yawn. And when her eyes weren't flicking up to the gun pressed against her, they seemed to desperately want to say something.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Ace sneered.
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of
Oh
prosopagnosia,
my god.
right?
You're literally a CEO billionaire. Fuck off. You don't get to talk about your pain.
Right.
Also a murderer.
Yes.
Okay, yes. But that's just assumed from the fact that he's the CEO of a pharmaceutical company.
I mean,
Fuck
we don't
this
have to
guy.
assume. We know he killed 2 people.
Junpei's voice was casual. Or at least it was trying to be.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
Junpei could say. He just knew. Another unexplainable mystery.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go.
Behind Ace, Junpei could see the red. It was placed in the small indentation on the wall. Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner.
First is 1. Give me your hand.
It beeped, and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well.
8. And with this,
Then at last, he reached into the pocket of his jacket. He pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the red.
9.
The thing he had used for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game.
His smirk made Junpei's blood boil.
I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Junpei's eyes flicked towards Santa. He hadn't moved since they'd entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain. Junpei wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request and laid hold of the lever on the red. With a sickening sense of finality, he pulled it.
What? Why isn't it opening?
Get fucked.
One more time.
Lotus tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp, but... At the last second, he grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it onto the red.
Now open!
He waved the number 9 bracelet over the red, and then his own bracelet as well. He pulled the lever a second time.
Open says no,
What
you
is this?
fucking murderer.
Why? The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why?
Get
Why
fucked.
isn't it opening?
Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all other thoughts. He had set down the revolver. It was just below the red.
Now!
Seven chose that moment to act. He moved far faster than a man of his bulk should have been able to, and he launched that bulk straight at Ace.
Go. Watch.
It was over before they knew it. In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor. He rolled onto his side, groaning in pain. Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted around behind him and stuck her head out, making sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Oh my god, someone finally thanks Seven!
Don't mention it.
Seven stood over Ace, his breathing slow and heavy.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be... Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace planted his hands on the floor and shook his head. Junpei walked toward him. He stopped and looked down at Ace with pity on his face.
Ace, You killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
He peered at Junpei, genuinely confused.
Oh, right. You don't know yet.
I think they misspelled genuinely there.
All right. We'll just go through them in order then.
Yeah, they did.
It's Genuinely.
Yep.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Let's start off with Kubota.
Genuinely.
You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him.
Yeah, Dragon Cat, the running thread throughout this whole playthrough has been 7 is the secret MVP all the time. He is always the most helpful.
Yeah.
The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route.
Yeah,
Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago.
What's up?
How did Ace recognize Snake as one of the kids from his experiments 9 years ago?
He's the blind kid.
Okay, but there are other blind people. What I'm saying is, he had prosopagnosia. He wouldn't recognize Snake's face. And Snake was wearing different clothes now. Yeah, but they had different clothes.
What you saying, bud?
I think let's just move on.
You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me?
He probably also
Whatever
recognized
the
his
reason,
voice.
Anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed, and poor Nijisaki was dead.
Then you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Hey, Snake,
Well,
you know what would feel good
I
right
wouldn't
now?
blame you.
A kick to Ace's ribs.
Nah, man, go for the nuts.
Ace's self-derision was frustrating. But Junpei kept his emotions in check and continued.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace.
That was the only thing Junpei hadn't been able to figure out.
Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
Slowly, Ace reached down and pulled something out of his pocket. It was a folded piece of paper.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Junpei took it and opened it.
Let's see.
This was what it said.
Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace had confessed everything. What energy he had left with the... What
energy he had left him.
What energy he had left him with the truth, and he sagged on his knees. Although he had confessed, his sins were not forgiven. Junpei felt revulsion for the pathetic man on the floor near his feet. But in among the revulsion was a hint of pity. After all, Ace had not been the only person who murdered those 3 men. Junpei spoke quietly.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Junpei looked over at Santa. As Junpei spoke, he stood up, his legs still shaky.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh?
Seven's face was sad as he spoke.
My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki. No doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Santa's smile was sarcastic. And something else.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant. Like a
Akane
secretary.
is Zero.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking for a while. Especially with her saying, with Zero saying that, like, he was always really close by.
So,
Uh-huh.
I have another bit of trivia to share with you with this, now that we have this information.
Uh-huh.
You remember the code you got to unlock the safe and the coffin that Snake was in?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, this bit.
So, allow me to bring up that number really quick. Let me see here. I know I typed it out here. So, the number for the safe and coffin is 1438-3421. I would like you to bring up your calculator really quick. Put that number in and then multiply it by 9.
Sorry, what was the number? 1438-3421. Multiply that by 9. Congratulations! You now have the true numbers of everyone in the cast.
I was asking Suka, I was like, hey, does the password we got, the password for the coffin, have any significance? And he was like, no, does it? And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
I love Ushikoshi for how many stupid tiny details he puts into this shit.
So Santa had the 9 number. Akane had 0.
And everybody else was as they were.
So there were 2
As an
nines.
aside, there's another one that I realized as we were going through this. You remember the first room?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the card puzzles that you got? The red and blue cards?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
So, the cards you got, were a red 1, 2, and 3, and a blue 6, 7, and 8. They were the keys to help you get out of there. Do you know what the digital root of those two groups are? 3 and 6.
Okay.
but an assistant's only an assistant.
Alright. Let's keep
I
going.
didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys are playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Suddenly, Seven
Alice.
froze. His eyes went as wide as dinner plates and he spun around toward June. Junpei followed his gaze.
What?
She was gone. Where June had been, there was nothing.
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
Seven began to mumble to himself, a strange series of words strung together as if his mind wasn't functioning properly. His face was twisted with effort, as though he were struggling with something they couldn't see. He gritted his teeth and pressed his hands against the sides of his head.
Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop!
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
From somewhere far away, they all heard a deep, heavy noise. It sounded like a tremendous wheel slowly beginning to turn. Santa seemed to have entered an almost trance-like state. His words were calm and measured.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones in the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Also a head up, the time is approaching fast.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Here it is.
That's...
Now.
The answer to that is easy. And now...
Meanwhile, in another timeline...
What?
What?
So this is the part that will only appear on Twitch. I've opened up the DS version where I've been given a save file.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to swap over to Twitch? Twitch
if
now?
you aren't watching Twitch right now, I would highly suggest checking it out now. This is
okay,
an important thing that I have set up in advance for Earth.
Give me 1 second. I am deafening myself on Discord.
Okay.
So,
I'm deafening Twitch.
Okay. And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in?
Chloe, that would be you.
Wait, we're doing from Twitch.
I think that might be difficult to have people voice act the thing on Twitch.
Okay,
due
fair
to the
enough,
delay.
fair enough. Fine.
Also, this is the same line that he just said. How the hell did you open it?
I don't even see it.
That's the answer to that is easy. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving.
You think you can
information- What was that?
Do you think you can unminimize
No.
this on Twitch?
It needs to be this way.
Oh, it has to be this way. Okay.
Yeah. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the ninth letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0.
Of course, it's the 9th letter of the alphabet.
So, in case you were wondering why I insisted on this switch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it'll show.
The first... Well, fair enough.
Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go? Santa! Why is Clover... Oh, shit. Freeze. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head. Get up. Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think he would either, but he just looks
Oh my god, frames!
I know, it's so bad.
My frame rate's fine.
I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but... What's your plan, Santa? What are you doing? He can't get through any numbered door with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking? What was that? Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true. That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. I guess there's no harm in trying. I guess you're gonna tell me when when this interlude concludes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if this door still opens. Well, looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, question. Why aren't you streaming this for us?
He literally cannot do it on Discord.
Yeah, I tried to do so. Discord doesn't have a way to swap which thing is streaming towards it on the fly. The only way I can do so, I would have to juggle, like, I would have to like do a quick save in 999, close it down. I would have to have opened this up
Way too
after
much
that
work.
fact. And
Way too much work.
yeah, yeah, a lot of work. Also, I would have to do even after all that. I don't think the sound would transmit either.
Yeah.
So it would seem. What the hell is Santa trying to do? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what? Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now. No. No, you can't be serious. Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Alright, we can do this. No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. It makes 8. Is there any combination that'll work? Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook? Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Oh man, she does not look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez. What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that. Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. Shit. And there's no other way. Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel. It's okay. Go. Lotus. Come on. You know we can't do that. Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me. God damn it, you idiot! Oh, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did. Without, if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright? For Comp, he sure doesn't have much confidence. Bad? Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job. Huh? Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story. 7? He's right. I'm not leaving you either. Me too. You don't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you? You're all idiots. Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry. That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind. Huh? Why? I trust you remember what happened to Ace. I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess that he was attempting to do. I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the red. Oh yeah. No. What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening? Just to see, why don't we give it a shot? Give it a shot? Yes, that is what I said. You're right. It ain't opening. But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it. You think maybe they changed the settings? Perhaps. Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we can get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. Okay, but what if we just, did a human stepladder It's like cheerleading class. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end.
Of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. I art thou, thou art I. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted up into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow, I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me. Come on, over here! That was my brother, Aoi. He was screaming. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age. Come on, hurry up! We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into a large hospital room.
This is really hard to. This is really hard to watch because Twitch has a really bad delay.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
2 of the boys got in a fist fight. The girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another
yeah,
girl
I'm
slapped
gonna be
the
honest.
girl and glared
I'm
down.
basically out of the call and stream, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is really hard.
It has been 2 hours since the nunnery game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake. Hello, everyone? Yes, could you come over here for a moment? He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him. I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday. I mean, it's not Clover. I don't think it is. That would be funny if it was. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9
Clover's name is
clovers.
actually Clover.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that things
Can I mention
show how
something
much
that's
I care
interesting?
for her. What's that?
Okay, the girl that's in between Akane and Snake, I believe that's Lotus, one of Lotus's kids.
I mean, it would make sense. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So, if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single four-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say. Now, don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand? When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape. What are we going to do? There aren't any other doors? We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already, Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good. My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered. I think it means this room is going to burn. Burn. The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice says the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn. Sounds of children crying in terror. Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7. Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized... Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present? I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of it. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship, and hid in the shadows. And moments later, I felt a run of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. No, the PC game has not crashed. It's just not showing on Discord because it is minimized. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically. There it is. It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Itaru Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace. Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back. His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth. Come with me. We must continue the experiment. I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist. I said, "Come with me!" There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could. No, I don't want to. Let me go. Please, let go of me. I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo. Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you! He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed. Help! Somebody help me! And suddenly, Akane! The door to the stairs flew open. My brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and the Snake. Akane! He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo. He came back! I cried out. Too late, idiot! Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. Those fists never reached Hongo. With a cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked toward the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floors. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... The double door slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door of the 9. Akane! Akane! Are you okay? I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. Help me! My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongo? He went out the other door. What? Then it started again. Warning, warning, emergency incineration command. We have heard this plenty of times. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice. Oh. I get what's going on now and why this is a DS exclusive thing.
Do you?
It's starting. Santa started the incinerator. Fuck. Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years. What the hell? What the hell? What are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. What in God's name are you talking about? You aren't making any sense.
Oh right, Lotus doesn't know about this because of the. She only knows about this in the save timeline.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have the time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here. But automatic incineration will take place in 17 minutes. You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, God damn it! Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7. Figure this out. What? Why me? Just shut up and stop this thing. How the hell? There has to be some sort of emergency shutoff button. There isn't anything like that. How the hell do you know? Because I looked for it 9 years ago. Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. I looked for it 9 years ago, during the experiment. 9 years ago. Wait. The floor, it's moving. What else can I say about it, bud? What the hell is that? What else could I say, but what is that? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on this screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. I wish that thing would just shut up. Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Hey, move! Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around. Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. This is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it? Sure, just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Huh, well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though? What is this? What the hell? It looks like
Said...
Nah. Go ahead.
One at a time.
Remember how I said way in the beginning that I would be able to help solve the puzzle at the very end of this game?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Looks like some sort of puzzle.
The two things about this game.
Uh-huh.
The DS version. So, as we have here right now, the novel, the text that only shows up in the novel section, as I mentioned before, is the stuff that shows up on the bottom screen in the DS version. Or, to be more accurate, is what June is saying.
Hmm.
As for the other thing, this puzzle is only in this version. There is a different and far less thematically poignant puzzle that we will be going through once we switch back to...
Okay. It's got a bunch of numbers scattered across the 9x9 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 9. Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah, well, we can hope, right? Alright, puzzle, how do you work? "13 minutes. My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection with Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice. "Hey, what are you doing?" It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me? Aw, don't know what to do? He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled. It's simple, really, but I suppose I may as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears. "You're a terrible person. I hate you." "Oh my, how could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see, I've even left you a way out." "A way out? Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator." "What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now." "My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you I'm a fair man. If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape." Verification function of the red? Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red. "Ah, so you do remember. Right now, there are 2 numbers in the red. First is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?" I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. I ran through the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. "You really aren't one for listening, are you?" I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room. "I already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?" "Why are you doing this? You can never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now, start the experiment. Solve the puzzle." "I can't. I don't know how." "Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution." "I can't." "Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's going to be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful." My throat is tore up enough from doing a whole bunch of voice acting all at once. I am not doing the laughs.
No need to.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it. I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to Carry me back to the device. I stared at the empty monitor. I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out. What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, my knees were weak, my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot, so hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get, the doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed. Help me, Jumpy. Help me. Help me. Help me. Jumpy! Jumpy! Please, help me. Akane? Who the hell is Akane? Shut up. Just shut the hell up. Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here? Akane! Akane! Can you hear me, Akane? Say something. Fuck, did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit. Akane, answer me! Jumpy? I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there. Jumpy! I screamed as loud as I could. Immediately, I heard him call back. Akane! Jumpy! That's her. She's there. And that means... Akane! Are you in an incinerator right now? Yes, I am. How did you know? Now I understand what Santa meant. Right, there's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane. I think I get it now. Yes, incinerator, we get it. 7 minutes. Jumpy, we don't have time. As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator. Got it. And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understood what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her.
Even after seeing this plot so many goddamn times, it still just throws me for a goddamn loop.
Jumpy? Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. Okay, but you're wasting minute after minute just like... futzing about. So don't worry, All Might. Just give me a few minutes.
Also, once you solve this puzzle, you'll be good to switch back.
Okay. My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei.
Alright, so, you want me to help you solve this puzzle?
Question. Is the actual puzzle timed?
Yeah. No.
Okay, then I would like to take a good old college try at it first.
Alright.
Okay.
Talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way. Hey, what are you? Just trust me, okay? Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. Got numbers all over this grid. Now, if I'm looking at this right, I'm going to need to fill in all the empty squares with other numbers from 1 to 9. I can't use the same 2 numbers in any horizontal or vertical row. Same has to go for the 3x3 square with the thick lines around them. It means I need to put different numbers... Yeah. We've all played Sudoku.
Yep, I play this on a daily basis.
I'm going to do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm going to solve this problem.
I really do like the music that's playing here, but the problem is it's just like...
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, it's upside down for me.
Yup.
Yep.
That is how it is in the actual version.
Okay, but on a DS I could flip the screen easily.
You can on the emulator.
There is a combination of keys that you can use to rotate the screen.
Yeah, but I don't know the combination off the top of my head.
It seems to be Control, Alt, and actually, let me see here.
Well, also, I am using a different emulator than you used.
I'm looking on Google for like just how you do it on your computer in general.
Oh, I don't want to do that while it's video capturing.
Okay, in that case, we'll look at it for you through up down. I'll look at it up down.
I'll just flip my head upside down. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
All right. Actually, I'll be able to help here. Oh yeah, this is way easier. Okay, so the one next to the oh wait, I'll let you try to solve a little bit first.
Yes, the track that's playing here is Morphogenetic Sorrow. As an aside,
There's already an 8 there, dude.
Yeah, oh god, no, that's a 6. The 6s and 9s are gonna give me trouble.
No, that's another 6. It's gotta be a 9 there, dude. There you go.
Let's see.
That's an 8.
Yeah.
As an aside, I would like to point out something I'm pretty sure the game doesn't expressly say, but the reason why Akane and I were able to pull off all of this, or rather specifically fund being able to pull off all of this, is because since Akane was able to see into the future, she also is able to take advantage of that to win all the fucking lotteries.
Huh.
You should swap 3 and 1.
Okay.
Well, the one goes at the top right in that section because at the bottom.
Oh hey, it gave me a thing.
Sorry. It did give you a thing.
Alright, so if you get a correct segment done, you'll get one of the things lit up on Akane's screen.
Top right one on. Oh wait, no. Never mind. It's hard to guide you when there's a delay.
Okay, so this is definitely 5.
Yep. That middle one there is 5.
Yeah, 1 or 3 can go here. I'm gonna leave that.
Yeah, we'll just leave that blank for now. By the way, do you see that long vertical line of numbers that starts with 5? It goes 5, 2, 8, 7, 4.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's obvious. It is difficult for me to read the thing. Yes, hello from Australia. It is. Oh my god, the blood is rushing to my head while I'm doing this. I am literally just putting my head upside down to read this.
What I'm doing is I'm just above my laptop looking down.
I have my laptop turned upside down.
I'm not on a laptop, I can't do that.
Yeah, so you can... there's an option... There's an option in, Windows... Hold on.
Let's see.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, if you go into the display settings, you can choose a display and change the orientation from landscape to landscape flipped.
The problem is I don't dare do that at the moment.
It'll be fine. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
5 or 9 in here, but I don't know which one at the moment.
9 would go in the middle there.
Okay. Why is it upside down?
Because plot
Perspective.
reasons.
Okay.
The one there's gonna be a 7 at that corner. I mean, the last column is going to be a 7.
The reason it's upside down is because the bottom screen is Akane and the top screen is Junpei, and this is the only puzzle in the game where instead of Akane helping Junpei, it's Junpei helping Akane.
Right. Okay, let's see.
At the bottoms, at the bottom right square, there's a 3 at the first column.
You mean this one?
No. I mean, it's
no.
hard because of the delay, but I believe where
Wait,
your
no,
mouse
it
is,
can only
the
be
answer is
there.
yes.
It can only
Yep.
be there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Yep.
You got this, Diggy buddy.
Actually, yeah, I can do the
I
rest
mean-
of this column, no problem.
Yep. Good thing you have an expert whiz in Sudoku helping.
Yeah, it is really helping.
Well, I tend to do this all the time at work when I'm bored, so if I have some free time, I just play Sudoku on my phone. Yeah, the 4 is going to be somewhere in that column, but I'm not sure where it is yet. Hold on, let me take a lookie.
Side note, can I just say, I am so fucking
Q obviously
amused
goes here.
about the casting choices for this game. Because I actually left I actually left who you were going to have your second voice be up to Hannah's decision, because I asked her which of the 3 female characters she wanted to voice. Her answer was not June.
Okay, so first column, that last number is a 7.
Oh, right, the one that... I should be keeping a better eye out for things that are only missing one number.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a 7. Okay. Let's see.
Wait, okay, that's...
In the middle of that, in the middle of the top middle left section, that's a 6.
Sorry, what? I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, so the middle left square, in the middle of that's where the 6 goes.
Here?
Not there. Nope.
Sorry.
Go down.
Down is the 7.
Yes, right there. The 6 goes right there.
What? Sorry, it sounds like you're talking about this 7 that's right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
No, I'm
cursor.
talking about a number 6.
The 6 goes above the number 7.
Okay,
Yes,
so where I've got
that's
highlighted
what
in
I'm trying
pink.
to. Yes.
There.
Right.
Yeah, that's 6.
I
Put a
had it
6
there, and they said below there. I'm like, below? There's a 7 below it. I can't.
I think we meant to say above. Okay.
Okay, 4 or 5.
I don't know where. Leave that alone. Let's Oh, bottom left is where the 5. Bottom left of the puzzle, where next to the 8 and 2, that's where the 5 goes.
Also,
Okay.
And it.
Well, if that's the case, then the 1 goes
6th row.
here, which means this one goes here.
The only place left in the 6th row is a 4.
1,
Yes, that is correct. Yep.
2. Okay, 1, 2.
3.
Yep. So let's see.
4 goes there.
No, I'm just. I'm looking.
Yeah. In between the 8 and the 2 in the middle column, that's where 7 goes.
Just give me a second with my own thoughts here for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
God, there are a few streamers I know who have this be right up their alley because they stream upside down.
Okay.
I'm good with upside down stuff.
Which means 9 is here. Normally I can read upside down just fine. It's just 6 and 9 are the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Zint. Yeah, he said he gave us an answer too.
Center on the bottom left. Okay.
We're almost there.
Oh yeah, of course it would, because of these two. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. I don't have enough info over at the moment.
I might be able to help. Hold on. What are we missing in that corner?
You have
That's
a row only missing
wait.
1.
Hold on. This has to be 5. This has to be 4. Which means
Yep.
this 4 goes here.
Yep, that's right.
You can do the middle box near the bottom of the screen where it flips to Junpei. Sorry.
9 goes there.
6.
Yep. 6 goes there. Yep, 6 goes there.
Oh my fucking
Then
head.
finally 4. We did
You
almost
did it!
got it. We did it.
Congratulations! You solved the final puzzle. You are free to switch back to the PC version.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Okay. Alright.
And you will also see exactly why I insisted you did this.
Okay.
You know, aside from the fact that it's a really fucking cool and thematically appropriate puzzle.
My head. Okay, this is.
Don't worry, we got you.
This is stuff we saw before.
Yep.
You're not streaming on this.
What
You
was
can
it?
do that now again. You can stream on Discord again now.
Oh, it
Please.
must have stopped.
Yeah, it did
Yeah.
shut down on Discord. It didn't, even if it didn't close out.
I thought it was
actual
just
game.
giving you guys a black screen. Okay. I do think we could have like swapped over at a later point because this is so far all stuff that I've seen before.
Unfortunately, this is the best opportunity to do it while still having it give the thematic weight it gives.
I suppose, because like there was of course the bit with all of June's stuff appearing on the bottom screen.
Mm-hmm.
Santa!
Freeze.
God damn, I gotta say it looks a lot better in the PC version though.
Yeah.
Get up.
I don't know. There's a certain charm.
Oh, there
to
absolutely
the DS
is.
sprites.
There is an absolutely a charm to the DS version.
There's a lot of things that I think have charm with the DS. Like I will say the door animations on the DS. I'm a little nostalgic for those like old PSX era 3D graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's your plan, Santa?
But I
What are
specifically
you doing?
mean these anime scenes look a lot better.
Okay, fair.
Didn't I tell you?
Yes, but I'm
Santa
saying that
Claus.
there's still
time for me
a
to-
certain charm to the DS sprites too. Like,
I suppose.
I'll be honest. Between this and like almost all like not being able to do like
So,
any voice acting
hell is-
because of
Oh my gosh! Have you considered
the
where we
game
are?
itself being
There can really
acted?
only be one thing Santa would do now.
I really would have preferred the DS doing the DS.
I
version.
was very much in favor of the DS version, and both Earth and Loey can attest to this.
Yeah, if I had known that would be the case, I probably would have shifted that way. It was just I already had the PC version like sitting in my Steam library for like years.
I was trying to emphasize how important the DS version was by comparison, but unfortunately I wasn't really able to sell it because the main reason why is the biggest spoiler in the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly.
Junpei.
But that said, counterpoint, while the DS version would have allowed us to voice act more, God, I love the performance from these guys.
The performances on these characters were fantastic. And if it's any consolation, Taze,
God
You're
damn it.
gonna have probably the most
Without- if you're
lines
not- look,
just short of Earth in the next game.
Uh-huh.
Look,
Okay,
I'm
that's
just
good.
not leaving you behind, all right?
Yeah.
Me too.
You didn't. That being, however, I doubt.
Huh?
I
Too
could.
bad we
I
just
was-
can't speed.
I will say though, I really wish that the DS version,
Just to see.
that I
Why
had
don't we
managed to
give
find
it
a
a
way
shot?
to get the DS version to stream on Discord, because having
Yeah, I
other
know.
people to carry the load of all that narration
Give
would
it
have
a
been
shot.
greatly appreciated.
Yes.
I don't understand how you couldn't just have Discord shift the window over.
It's because it would have interfered with OBS.
No, that's not actually why. So
Really?
the reason why is because the game stream on Discord
forget the
doesn't allow you
buttons.
to swap over. What does allow you to swap over is screen share.
You press the
That-
buttons.
Please press the button.
Okay, sorry. What does allow you to swap the screen over is screen share, but that would have none of the audio.
But you think maybe perhaps?
I did consider that as an option.
Well, screen share has full audio
I'm
now.
pretty sure you're wrong. Like,
Yes, screen
like,
share has
I've
full
done this
audio now.
myself, and I'm pretty sure you're incorrect.
I was trying it earlier before stream, and I didn't have an option to like swap which game was being set for stream. At least with the normal game stream. If there was a way to get it to work with screen share instead of the streaming function, possibly, but
Come on,
I was working on a bit of a time crunch to get it to work.
I'm pretty sure that screen share is literally the same thing as streaming a game.
Hello?
It's not.
I have right now her name.
I'm pretty sure they are. I'm
I'm
pretty
sure,
sure that
but
the
my
only
senses are
difference
not
is
every
that
for their if we
when you stream a
those
game,
so-
Discord automatically detects a running program as a game and offers to stream it automatically for you, but it still uses the same screen share technology. I've done.
You know what I just noticed?
Well, we can get
used
into this
screen
later.
share to stream emulator to stream emulators with audio, no problem.
Repeat, emergency.
What?
Did you guys know?
Plaque on the door says
Look at the
incinerate.
top right. It says Akane Vision.
Yep.
And that voice.
Don't worry, I'm gonna tell.
Yeah, I wonder what. Okay, I can't. Right bumper does nothing at the moment.
Like, I think this is not a bad compromise for how they interpreted it.
I still say that Ace is probably one of the worst villains I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Yeah.
Absolute big bastard.
Although seeing that there was one final puzzle while the incinerator was going up does explain why he was so adamant on being like, screw it, check the girl in the incinerator.
I said,
No!
stop!
I gotta ask.
Ah!
I'll be right back. Gonna get some
Alright.
water.
Honestly, what I should have done while I was going through the DS version was just invited Taze in here to help out.
Would make sense.
Yes, I don't know why you didn't.
Because I didn't think about it until we were basically at the puzzle.
And also, I think it's also, and I also think it's because I was sleeping, but that's
Emergency.
besides the point.
Incineration will aid these.
I knew.
Santa.
Fuck!
What the heck?
I'm sorry, I promise.
I'm gonna I tell you, when I'm gonna watch this on playback probably tomorrow, and I think it's gonna be so weird.
Just
How the hell?
there has to be.
There because
Well, I think on the
What's that?
Twitch end at least, everything went off without a hitch.
At least.
It's just the Discord part where I was having trouble getting it to work with the current system I was doing.
Oh, it does. Now it says Junpei Vision.
Incineration.
Yep.
Hey. Okay, it's not this.
It's
Oh,
a
at
good
least it's
thing
on
that
now.
Ace decided to give us an easy version of what is this?
The fuck?
Yes. is the puzzle that they decided to replace the Sudoku with.
I mean, I'm gonna have to look at the rules this time around.
What is this?
No, you
What's
don't.
up?
It looks
You
like some sort
really
of
don't.
puzzle.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I won't win just by slapping random numbers.
Once you
No.
figure
Do you
out
think that if we
one
solve
thing,
this
you'll
puzzle-
get the rest of it.
I mean, probably, but I still need to know where I'm going.
The
And
incinerator
also,
will
like,
stop.
you coasted through
Yeah.
the hardest puzzles in this game faster than anyone else, so that you're gonna crush this thing, I promise.
Okay, but also, how many extremely easy puzzles have I gotten stumped on? Need I remind you about the third light bulb?
13.
I kind of wish why did they didn't keep the Sudoku?
Yeah, I mean,
because flipping it upside down would be very strange on PC.
This is one of the things where they just could not find a way to replicate the thematic importance the DS version had, so they removed it, and as a result, it significantly dampens the impact of the final puzzle.
Yeah.
Ah, say.
I also like how Akane also had the 5 bracelet 9 years ago.
Now stop. Of course, access them. Then you'll I admit.
Incineration 10.
Since I'm going to Anime Boston this year, if I manage to find Ace, I'm just gonna be like, you are a bastard.
Don't be like that to a cosplayer.
I can't.
No, I won't.
I just can't. There's no.
I'll just say,
Say he's a bastard and then say that he's a great villain.
Yes, he's a great villain.
These weak palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, there is a VA, but
Help me! Help me! Jumpy!
I don't necessarily want to like stretch out the stuff that I just narrated.
If it weren't
just
for
to
the
listen to
fact
your
that we
voice.
already went through
Akane?
these scenes again,
Akane!
we would have listened to them.
Yeah.
Akane! Akane!
It is a shame
Answer
because
me!
they do have a very
Akane!
good delivery, but we are already over an hour over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I was... The ideal
Akane!
solution to me would have been to somehow go through both of them at the same time. But I'm not even sure how I would start to do that. Just because this game doesn't like me losing focus.
Actually, you might want to look into that
Akane.
streaming UI that I sent you that Kier works on. I think it allows you to do stuff
You were
like
brought
that.
here to help my sister.
Incineration will begin in
Shut the fuck up, incinerator.
7.
Jumpy, we don't have time.
I mean, I believe that it could.
Got it.
The problem is from a technical standpoint. Anytime I would click on the DS game, it would take focus away from the PC version.
Press button,
and
screamer.
And the PC version just doesn't go through. It basically goes black, like you've seen when I'm streaming on Discord. If it doesn't have focus, that's why I'm saying it would not be feasible.
6.
I will say that even
Yeah,
if
I
I,
know, I'm
do
not- so don't-
prefer the dual screens, I love the constant switching. That's the one thing I'll give this version of the end.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Just
Panels are out of order. Just need to switch them out. Staring at as it is going to accomplish anything. Just try.
I'm gonna do this on.
All right. All right. Time for a new puzzle.
Alright, let's see if we can help each other out here. I have no idea how this is gonna work.
Let's see.
All I will say is, so much of this is just overthinking it.
Okay, not going the way I thought it was.
I would suggest resetting. Actually, I think more I should say is so much of this puzzle is redundant.
Huh. That didn't change anything.
Do we have to make all the squares 9?
I don't know. I found the answer of this from looking at one particular part of it and realizing he was staring me in the face in the most insulting way.
I cannot give a hint without just like answering the whole thing. So
Well, I know we have to use all the numbers because all the letters spell out password.
actually, I can give a hint.
Congratulations, Hannah, you solved it.
I mean, I thought it was obvious.
The letters spell out password.
I mean, I saw it as soon as I looked at the puzzle. I was like, oh, we have to just replace all the letters.
Oh, so okay, so we just giving out the answer then, huh?
Okay, but this...
Reset it.
Again, just because it's a simple puzzle doesn't mean that it's simple for me.
Lamau XP.
Oh my god.
That is so dumb.
The password is password. That's
No,
again the
it's not. The password is 9.
just 9.
This is such a dumb puzzle.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
And now you see the full reason why I insisted on that final puzzle.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah, it fits a lot better.
It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I'd had left disappeared when I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Oh my god. Cat, get your...
I can't quite believe I did that, but I am so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. So what was the Akane we knew going around this whole thing? Was she a ghost? Or was she never real to begin with? No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane, sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine!
Yeah. Like, Sudoku's okay, I was about to say Sudoku's a popular puzzle, but then I remembered it was popular when I was in high school, which was a while ago. I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see. Wait, no. That was when this came out, so it was popular at the time it came out. The devs have no excuse. Wow. Then I looked over at the
It's
corner
still
of the floor.
popular even today. Have you ever tried Killer Sudoku?
I mean, you just did.
There were the two bracelets Hongo had left behind.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I meant the actual game Killer Sudoku.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Now.
At another time.
Well, Seven and Lotus didn't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Ah, shut it.
Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
That's a problem. Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is
we
going
should
on?
be doing voices, huh?
Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 6, 11.
No bottom row.
Sorry, what?
2, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Right, that's what I was reading. So 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 7 is 18, plus 8 is 26. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number. What the fuck?
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
So, this... I'll let him say what he's about to say, and then I'll give an explanation for this.
We just have to put the right number into the red, and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, don't have much time. I sure hope they can just trust me on this one, or we are all fucked. Alright, no time,
go.
Just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red! Verify?
Don't stop,
Who?
just go.
What combination?
All of us!
Just
we
go.
all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
That's not a 9, that's a Q.
Oh, thank fucking
Literally,
Christ.
that's what it is.
That is
Yeah.
so
Now-
fucking stupid.
I
No,
know,
actually,
right?
It makes sense. You know what? Because you know how you say 9 in Japanese?
Yes, I'm aware. It's still stupid.
It's stupid, yep.
No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go,
No, we
go!
have Q seconds.
You.
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. Seek a way out. Find a door that carries a Q. There goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done.
I've
Still gotta find the den.
I feel like it's kind of stupid when they voice act it because Zero clearly says 9, where in the DS version it's never specifically stated. Spoke the number 9 spoken, so it makes more sense thematically. Here it's just stupid.
Although I don't think Zero says it because what we see is the note. and
No,
Junpei is reading it.
I mean when he was on the loudspeaker at the beginning of the game.
Well, I mean, we did have to find a door that carried a 9. It was just before the door that carried a Q.
Looks like we made it,
Fair
huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing.
So there's something that always kind of bugs me about this is that technically there are 2 Akanes at once. And it just fucks with my brain real bad. And it's like, because Santa and Seven remember, oh, my sister died, but June's still alive.
Yeah,
It's
it's like...
some mindfucky bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep pressing onward. Maybe I'll get something that can explain it somewhat. Maybe not. Door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, because his name is literally Blue.
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped
Y'all
my arms
forgetting
around
something?
What?
Do you look at
Oh,
Akane's
fuck!
wrist?
Yeah, you might want to not do that now, kids.
I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity, and then I exploded. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the one Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around. For a second there, I thought that was a incorrect noise. The huge detective, who we'd call Seven in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar Seven and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. And I can't wait to breathe real air again. Seven talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
It's just like the other scene.
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19,
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase Q!
Yep. I guess to put it
I
another
know,
way,
it's so
you could say that it was a
stupid.
9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
That's the thing.
Time for more running. Okay.
That's the tagline for 999 for us. It's just counting.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm so tempted to title this episode. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. God,
Honestly,
my dice are
I would
killing me.
appreciate It's Just Counting.
I swear, any moment now, I'm
The
gonna tear a
finale.
muscle.
It's just counting the finale.
I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't rest. Can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left.
You know,
run like a bullet down a rifle barrel.
it's a good thing everyone here is physically fit, because I would be absolutely wrecked in this
Be like,
situation.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna drown. Though, I recently
I'd
played
be
through
the same,
FF7
dude. My
Remake.
stamina is shit.
I recently played through FF7 Remake, and all I can think of is taking the stairs up the Shinra headquarters.
Yeah.
Like a tornado
Oh,
coming
yeah.
through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei. No time to rest. Pull your stuff together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Didn't even touch it. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace, not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
And Hongo fucking drowned.
Yeah.
Oh, we wish. We wish.
It was over. It was finally. Well, I mean, this is a different timeline. This is the timeline where Akane was got out.
No, that's not how this works. This is the past.
Right.
It's the same timeline.
No. This because the timeline we were in up until this point.
Just trust us, it's the same timeline.
That was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Finally, air. Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, that doesn't look quite like...
No way.
You have got to be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
They're in Building Q.
Yep.
We're in the middle of the Nevada desert, bastards.
In the desert.
Nevada desert.
The mock experiment
We're the
building.
Q with no name.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it.
Yes,
Hello there,
Dragon
son.
Cat.
Boy, am I
You
ever
know-
glad
And
to see
birds
you.
and rocks and things.
Okay, no singing, please. But also,
Okay.
I had just been wondering how the fuck did Akane afford to resurrect a fucking sinking ship?
Yes, you didn't.
Well, you weren't here for that. She used her future powers to win the lottery.
I know, but still, there's being rich and being able to bring an entire fucking passenger liner up from the bottom of the sea rich.
That's true.
Well, step one, spend a couple $1 million to get a cheap submarine to go down there.
And step two, become a meme.
Yes. Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. Guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a what the fuck?
So, slight correction. There were detonators, but only for the people who were part of the original nunnery project.
Yeah,
There was never
that
a detonator
tracks.
to begin with.
Yeah, Akane wanted to make sure the people who were innocent didn't die.
Well, that's nice of her.
Also, side note, because we now know the bracelet numbers of the captain being 6 and of course Nijisaki being 2, turns out if they were actually willing to repent, they would have been able to get out as well because their 4 numbers would have let them out.
To be fair, they never got a chance to repent because Ace is a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumpy.
Guess I must be pretty
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
about the girl if I think I'm hearing
That's
her
actually
voice in the
holy
wind.
shit, Blanc! I actually never realized that. Remember how one of the dead searches felt longer than 81 seconds?
Because it was.
Yep.
Yay!
We do have a post-credit scene, but this is the end
Oh, I
of
figured.
999.
Finally.
Oh my god.
What y'all think?
So, the reason why I was saying it was a different timeline was the whole time everyone was saying, like, oh yeah, Akane died. Yeah, I saw Akane die. Yeah, my little sister died. And all that. But then we have this other bit where she lived. I'm like, okay, well that's different timeline of events. A different way that the events of 9 years ago happened.
Well,
It's not a wrong way of concluding that, but in this particular instance, it is.
Well, which characters even told you that they died? This girl died.
Let's see. Santa, Seven, and
Snake.
Yeah.
But yes, what did y'all think of this game?
Not bad. Not bad.
I liked it. Possible controversial opinion, I had more fun with it than I did with Danganronpa.
Honestly, I kind of agree with you.
I mean, this is one of my favorite games, so I'm in the same camp. I like it more than DR.
Like, there were likewise cases where I occasionally got really stuck on something that was really stupid, but usually when it happened, I had a good laugh at it, as compared to Danganronpa, where it's just like, this is bullshit!
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly
How does it
set.
look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute at first.
Well, Let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned.
Ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Where is...
driving.
Where is Santa? Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun!
Why?
This is so
Well-
awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Yeah, you know,
To
I
be
just
fair, I'd
realized
be doing the same fucking thing. I'd be doing wheelies all day.
the middle of
I'd
the
be doing
desert with
donuts.
nothing to crash in is the perfect place to let a child behind the wheel.
Hey,
Okay.
watch those bumps, all right?
She's 18.
That is still a child in my eyes.
You're just saying that because she can't drink.
I'm saying that because she's mature.
This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
I mean, Dragon
Wait.
Cat, I would do the exact same thing.
Wait, do you need a driver's license, a special license to drive internationally?
I have no clue. I would assume so.
I
Oh
mean,
shit! So, bit of context. We back in about
are
6
you about
years ago in
to admit to
2018.
crimes live on air?
Hey, First Amendment rights. I can't be prosecuted for this. But yeah, long story short, we went to Earth and I went to our honeymoon over in England, where I rented a car.
And Taze did all the driving.
I did all the driving.
Yep, so that means I am completely innocent.
Police,
Santa
open
and
up!
June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
To be fair,
Yeah, I saw
To
some
be
fresh
fair.
tire tracks going out.
it was not racing. It was just driving on roads. But and to be fair, I did thoroughly study the manual before the driver's manual before I came over. So I probably could have passed a test if you had given me one.
Yeah, and there's
But
nothing
still.
saying we can't do donuts around Stonehenge.
Oh my god.
There's no doubt about it.
And we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Oh, Jesus.
Sure thing.
Oh shit! God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast! I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. So I've gone 2 streams in a row of someone driving way too hard. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours
He
after
played Persona. He was playing Persona 5 Strikers on Wednesday, and there was a scene with Haru driving, and that is all I will say on the matter.
Yeah, Haru's driving is a thing to behold. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten and... Oh my god, yeah, I would have stepped in too. I don't give a fuck how many there are. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but... I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
We took him with us? Yeah, he is.
Where's Akane, too?
Akane's with Santa.
Okay.
They escaped.
Yeah. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Oh, right. Seven wanted him to interrogate.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
he wants
ahead.
him to pay for his crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You can at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces.
Shut the fuck up, Grandpa. You're going into the clink.
You could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
Not sympathetic at all.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
So what's all this about Alice and
We'll get to
Ice
that.
9?
We'll get to that.
Well, somebody's...
We'll get to that.
My next question
Very
doesn't really have anything to do with you two.
I'll be
This
right
is
back.
for you, Seven.
I swear, as soon as
About
we're
the
done,
Alice
I'm just
thing.
gonna
What's the deal with that?
Oh, this is exactly what we're getting into.
You see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. I'd catch him when I finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. All right, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Socorro. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
It goes back on.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. His hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, that means it's for you, right?
You're such a dork.
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
So,
Wait, what?
the context about that is apparently in the Japanese version, he calls it a voodoo doll because he thought it was a grape doll.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If
Such a
something
dork.
bad, then hold
Yeah.
and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
So, the beating wasn't that bad, but then he fell down right on the pocket that the voodoo doll was in, and that's where the rest of the bruises came from. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you, I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hill. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? It was because I tapped into the Morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. Seven. He said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait.
Time paradox.
Maybe that's not at all.
Solid mole caused a time paradox, like
There's one
Dragon Cat
other
said.
logical explanation. I mean, yeah, that's what I was going with, but you guys said no.
Well, you said it was 2 timelines.
Which is different.
No, timelines can exist in the past and the present, and future. It's just 2 different versions of a point in time. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No way. You
Hey,
could.
look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
What?
What?
And that, everybody, is the end of 999.
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there, on that shimmering plain, was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Hey, Alice, need a ride?
Yeah, that's literally the end.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry
Pretty
about it.
fun ending, wouldn't you say?
Dragon Cat, I agree. What?
Well,
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
hope y'all
Alright.
enjoyed your foray into the world of Zero Escape, and next week we're gonna be starting our second dip.
I am going the fuck to bed.
Jesus Christ, look at how longer this branch is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody, and have a good night.
Alright.
I'll see you boys next week.
We'll
It
see
just-
y'all next week when we get ready for good people to die.
Oh boy.
So, I will say, I feel like 999 had overall better writing, but I vastly prefer the overall aesthetic and mood of Danganronpa. Like, just
That
That's
I can
fair.
agree with.
yeah.
I don't agree, but I understand why, because a lot of people have that same sentiment.
Also,
I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream for now.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.
next time,
Take care, everyone.
Also, next time we have to do this, please give us all advance warning the day of.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen again, considering this is a special
This is not going to happen again. We're not going to have another instance like this in any of the other games.